Hey there, I got a question from Hidden Gems about my second to last video where I was saying I'm making a book for you. And it was asking the steps to my Christianity deconstruction and how did I realize I needed to change my mindset. And there was another question. I think the other question was it easier with my mom gone because of the space or was it harder? And I answered their comment. Sorry, all the shaking, I'm holding it, but I answered the comment with a little background, but I wanted to give you, the full background, or I guess a more fleshed out background. So, with learning about, I guess with my family, I saw how Christianity was being lived out and seeing people around me and how they were showing up for their lives and the outcomes and things that were coming for their lives. I'm like, this isn't selling me on what Christianity is. And there were two things that kind of were like the last straw for me. I started my personal development journey in 2016, but the things that got me to get to this point or get to that point was anytime I had I was never diagnosed back then because I couldn't go to therapy or anything, but I had like depressive episodes. To me, they were depressive episodes. And whenever I would confide in someone about how I was feeling, just lost, trapped, unmotivated, uninterested, and all that stuff, it was always met with dismissal and then some blanket statement. So it's just like, nothing's wrong with you. You're just spoiled. There's nothing but the devil. You need to read your Bible or pray. And that was like always the answer. And I, back then and even now, I'm just like, you can always supplement prayer in the Bible with even way more knowledge that can be so helpful and proactive to your growth. And that wasn't ever taught with whoever I was around. It was just always prayer and Bible, prayer and Bible, prayer and Bible. And so I was like, that's it. Like, that's all to me. And it's no disrespect to any Christian, but it's just like, if you're just like in a tumultuous time and you're just like losing it, someone's just telling you, here, read a quote, or just be like, please stop this. I can't handle this anymore. You open your eyes and you're like, nothing has changed. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I felt trapped. I felt stuck. I felt powerless. I felt like a victim. I felt just horrible. And I guess it just kept happening. It was a cycle. It was a cycle that just kept going and going and going. And then you hit a threshold where you're just like, I can't do this anymore. And that's when I started stepping away and started doing my own personal development, studying and work, and learning myself other more active ways to be a participant in my life. And that was so life-changing. That's how I started. It was just like a journey. Deconstruction is and was a journey. It wasn't like a step-by-step type thing. And I think I feel like mine is a bit more different than, because I still believe in God, but it's not like, I have questions, I have curiosities, I have things I'm just like, I'm not sure about that anymore or anything like that. But it was like a whole journey, including like with my mom's death and everything, where I'm like more open, like I guess experiencing and I'll write about this in my book, but experiencing my mom dying made me feel like I will never just like lock in and hone in on like one way of living ever in my life. I will always try to keep an open mind to the possibilities of things and taking what serves me, leaving what doesn't, getting uncomfortable in like other, like, not being, what is it called? Just being in a silo of just like similar thought patterns and thought processes, so that I keep learning and growing and stuff. Because what I have seen and known, not only with my mom, but other people in my life, is just someone can have an amazing message, but if they say anything that isn't like Jesus Christ, God, or something, then they just completely discount the person, completely discount the message. They just turn it off. They're like, I'm not doing that. Nope, nope, nope. And they miss out on some really great nuggets that they could have taken with them and interpret it in their own way. Because I feel like life is just a big interpretation. We all interpret and create intention and meaning around so many different things. But like, that's in a whole nother tangent. I'll talk about, my own personal development journey through all that and how I got to this point of like deconstructing my mindset, deconstructing the way I viewed Christianity, deconstructing my own life and like how I navigate it and everything. And the reason I'm writing a book about that instead of like a course or anything like that is because there are so many things I wish my mom would have tried or been involved with, or I'm like, what would have been if she would have tried some of these things? Like even with her human design, I started learning about human design. I'm sure if she like learned more about it, or like people in my family would learn about it, they'll be like, oh, that's new age stuff, that's devil stuff or whatever. And I'm just like, it's like a tool, excuse me, and it's been so helpful. And the way I learned like my mom's human design is she was so unaligned to her own human design, and it really showed because it was just like she was self-sabotaging over and over, and it's wild. That's another tangent I could get into in another day, but it's just like all these learnings, all these teachings I learned over the years that my mom refused to learn or like take her walls down to take in, where she could have changed her mindset, I bet, and she could have made more clear and better decisions for herself if she had known some of the things that I knew and know. And I want to share that information since I can't share it with my mom anymore. She's dead. I want to share it with you. And I don't know if it's any easier because she's gone. The space has created peace. Of course, this isn't how I wanted space from my mom, but like I said, I started in 2016. She passed December 2022. So I have been on the journey while living with my mom all that time because I was her caregiver for 8 years. But it feels easier now to just kind of be myself with it. But yeah, I think that answers all the questions. I just wanted to do that real quick. And yeah, let me know if you guys have any other questions. I will find a way to like showcase and share the book process with you as well. Because I'm really like, this is a mission for me to leave something tangible that people can pick up and learn from, and hopefully something will click for them, because you can hear the same message over and over from different people, but it's just one person in one way, in one part of time in your life that makes it click sometimes. So I'm hoping to be that person someday for someone out there, even if it's just one person. But yeah, I'm excited to keep writing the book and working on it. And yeah, I'll stop rambling. I need to go anyway. But yeah, let me know if you have any other questions. I am going to, like I said, figure out how I can talk about the book more, showcase it, or whatever. Bye.